Wait.
All right, we're live. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'll be introducing Electronics, Circuit Scribe, and Zaptron.
I'm Sammy, and I will be introducing the UDL Cast Exchange.
I'm Morgan, and I'm going to be introducing eMaze.
I'm Jenny, and I'm going to be introducing Book Wizard.
Okay, so with Cast UDL Exchange, it is basically a large forum of resource lessons and lesson plans, as well as collections on different subject matters: math, science, creative arts, social studies, history. And one of the things that you can do with it is you can create your own lesson plans, and it will give you options for the standards for whatever state you're in. So yeah, for us Marylanders, we have our Maryland State Standards for Common Core, and for everyone else, they are allowed to look in their own standards as well as other states. One of the things with it is that it gives a large file network, and you can see all the ones that are updated periodically as they update with new lesson plans. And there's also a forum section with step-by-step instructions on how to navigate the site, how to use the applications with building your own lesson plans to the best of your abilities, as well as the different updates available through CAST as a company. One of the things that I found out is it's actually funded by the Gates Foundation. So, pretty interesting in and of yourself. It's fairly straightforward for the lesson plans that you can make on your own, but there are different sections where you might want to pull your hair out, especially the author notes. So that's UDL Cast Exchange.
That's interesting. I like
Yeah.
that you can search through them to find all of the standards that would apply to your lesson plan, so you can really see like how your lesson can apply to everything, and it sounds like it would be very easy for other teachers to find resources as well as you to find what's available.
Yeah, I think it's good for collaboration too. Like if you're
Yeah.
trying to do lessons with other teachers, if everyone has a part of it, you can look at, what different teachers doing and kind of make sure everyone in the same school is basing their lessons almost the same standards. So everyone's kind of doing the same thing.
And it's free, which is a really good thing.
Very cool.
All right. And then the tool that I researched, which was really interesting, Electron Inks. They released this new item. It was actually originally a Kickstarter idea called the Circuit Scribe. What it is it's this pen that has, it draws with conductive ink so that you can draw your own circuit board like on a piece of paper. And it's really easy. It's just like doodling. Um, what was really cool is it comes with a pen and then all of the they're called modules that you would put on there, so all of the electronic parts that move. And it's super easy and user friendly, and they even have classroom kits that you can get for your own classroom. Um, they have two available right now of classroom kits. There's the basic kit and then the maker kit. The basic kit comes with just 10 basic kits that you can get, which includes just 6 modules, and then some jumper stickers, which are important to the process of drawing them, a pen, a stencil to help you with actually drawing the right shape so that they come out well, a really handy workbook, which would be really great for lesson building because students could actually use their own workbook and trace and copy and see everything right there, and a special piece of steel so that everything's magnetic right onto it. And then there's a maker kit, which includes just more modules that are really interesting and really to get it more hands-on and to really explore more in depth with it. What's really cool about this tool is that it's a really hands-on way for students to learn how circuits work, which is a complicated process to learn to teach. I've seen this in one of my own classrooms, students trying to explain it, but finding all the parts and soldering them together has always been a challenge for students. But now with Circuit Scribe, it's just a pen. It's as easy as just doodling it on a piece of paper and then putting things on top of it, and it works. One really neat example I saw, it's this piece of paper is kind of what, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's just like what you would draw with the pen. You have 2 little dots of ink a little circle that would be filled in, a little circle would be filled in, and they're all connected. And then you would place your batteries, two like watch batteries, right on top of there. And you could put like an LED light piece that comes on here. And then when you fold it over, it would connect it and close the circuit, and then the light would turn on. And that would be a really interesting way to teach students hands-on, like so they could actually see the connections being made.
Wow.
Another really cool thing about this, they're all PhD students that have made this together, and they're very into the idea of providing all of these resources for free to students. So all of their workbooks are actually online on a Google Doc that you can print out yourself and are encouraged to edit and print and use for your classroom.
So is this like a higher grade level?
This could be anywhere from, I'd say, 4th grade and up.
Okay.
You can even use it simply if you just use the pen and 1 or 2 pieces of battery and the light. You can simplify, I'd say, even to 2nd grade. It's just the more complex you get, it kind of grows with you with the use of the workbook. They also even, if your school doesn't have it in the budget for these items, the packs do get a little bit expensive. I think it's about, their basic pack is $439, which is sold out right now, and their maker pack, which would serve a classroom of 10 to 30 students, is on sale for $899 right now. So if your classroom doesn't have that budget, they have an online virtual toolkit that you could do it all on the computer, which would be excellent for classrooms that can't afford it. And also, a great tool about it is you can print out what you do on the computer and then draw on it.
Oops.
Which is a really neat thing that I like about this website.
Okay.
All right.
For mine, I'm going to put on the screen share so that I can actually give you a more in-depth of how it works. So let's open that up. All right, can you see that?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay. So mine was called eMaze. It's very, very similar to like a PowerPoint or a Prezi, where it's a presentation website. So first, I kind of just want to show you how it works. So you'd hit Create New Presentation. And also, before you did that, if you were to sign into this website, they actually have one that'll show you how to use the site as well. So if you had any extra questions, there's a lot of really good tips and stuff on here on how to use it. But you'd hit Create New Presentation while that loads. Okay, and they have lots of different templates that you can go from. So you can scroll down, and if you put your mouse over them, it gives you a preview of how it works.
Yeah.
So you can see the different things that it'll do, or this one here. Okay. So you could look into them, see how they work. The one I'm going to choose today is this one. And so you'll click on that. Then you also get the option to do different colored options for it. For example, I have this one, or right here, this one. So that loads. Okay. So we'll do that one today. Hit choose. Okay, while this loads, this can be used for almost anything in your classroom, anything that you had to do a presentation on, whereas if you're just giving simple facts, so if you were doing a review of a book that you had done, this would be a really interactive way for the kids to get into it, rather than just the classic PowerPoint. This one's much more interactive and actually moves with you, kind of almost like a video, so it could really engage your students in it. Let's see if this will pull up. Okay. So you start here with your basic one. And now you can edit this any way you'd like. So say you wanted to do your presentation on a book about cats or something. I didn't see cats. Oop. You can do that. You can also edit the text over here. You can change pictures or delete it altogether. What I really like about this is you can click right here and you could get your own from your computer or one from the web. So if you hit Browse, it'll pull up your own pictures, to which you then could click, open that up, and it'll put it right there in the template as it already was. So I thought that's really cool. Then what you do after you're finished with your first page, you could add another slide, and this allows you to look through everything that this particular template can do. So say you wanted to do this one right here with a chart, you just click that. It'll open that up for you. Okay. Once again, you could of course edit the text right here. So say, this is my graph. And you could edit this graph any way you want. You can do the change even right here. You can input your data. So if you had to change it, you can do that right here, update it. Along with that, if you click on this right here, you can change how apparent, like whether you can see it fully or whether, see if it'll work. Okay, well, it's freezing out, but you can do that and it'll make it how, whether you can really see it or it makes it more transparent. You also can, if you go up here, there's things that you can add in. So say you wanted to add a shape, you'd click that right here, and you could add different shapes like this one right here. Pull it over, move it around. You can change the color of it to match your template. So say you want it to be blue, make it bigger, anything you really want to do with it to customize it yourself. Then say you want to add another slide, so you want this one right here. Now the other really cool thing about this is, like as I showed you before, you have that graph. You can also do your own graph. So say you wanted to get rid of this text altogether and put in a graph. You'd hit chart, and you can pick what kind of chart you have, all the way from line to table to pie. Say you wanted a pie graph. You can import your own data. So say you had found it online, or you made it on Microsoft Word, or you can even type it in right here. So say you were figuring out how many people have a cat versus other animals in the household. So you do dog, say 10 people have a dog, and fish. Maybe 30 people have a fish. All you have to do is hit add, and it'll turn that right there into your own graph.
Seems like a great tool for students present if they were to research and poll people, or if they were learning about surveys. This seems like a really easy way for them to present that information.
Yeah, it's very cool for presenting, and I think because it's different than the classic PowerPoint, it's much more fun for students. Like I had a great time playing around with it. And then just to show you a basic how it would play, when you start it, hit the play button up here in the top right. And once again, you can obviously, of course, play around over here with a couple more of these things, add images, text, anything like that. But I like that it gives you a basic template to work with. So if maybe design isn't really your forte, you already pretty much have the basics for you. All you have to do is type in your own information. So you'd hit play right there. It should start you at the beginning. So it'll start you right there. It'll go to your next one. And then it can go right on to your next one. So it's very, very interactive, very cool to watch. If you click right there, you can re-edit. There's an average time limit for it from which it switches between your slides, but that's also something that you can edit. So say you had one with just a picture, you want that one to slide by fast, but if you had one with more facts that you had to talk a lot about, you hit right here on your settings, and you can put how long you want it to last. So 20 or anything like that, and that'll make it more, or you can even apply it to all your slides. So that's very cool too. And then you can share it. One of the really cool things about it is when you share it, you can share it through email, you can share it through social media, you can link it, or you can even embed it, which makes it very easy to share it with a classroom, with other teaching professionals. So it's definitely kind of like a step up from even Prezi, which has become very mainstream lately. So it's definitely be something very good for teaching lessons, just to really get the kids more into it rather than just a classic page with words on it. Now it's more interactive. It moves. You can add all these different charts, these different colors, and I think it's very exciting for students to see.
Seems very versatile, like there's many different options that they can use.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting to use for the service learning project that I'm working on as one of the assessments, considering all the different options, and let them do more in-depth research with it. So kudos to you.
In my classroom, I know that my teacher does a lot with stories, and they'll read stories, and every day they'll go back and kind of summarize what they learned and read a few more pages. So this is like a great way, even just to do something simple like that, to do a summary. She could even find pictures of the book and upload them, and then have each kid say, what did we learn on this page? Type it in, then play it back for them. Makes it super, super easy to review things or to present things.
Does it give like an age range of like when students could use it on their own?
It doesn't exactly give an age range, but it's very user-friendly as long as you play around with it, because at first I wasn't really sure what to do, so I watched the tutorial video, which was super helpful. And then after that, it's really, like I said, they give you the template, which makes it nice, because all you have to do is type in your information or enter your pictures. So I think really you could, as long as you showed them how to do it, any age range could do this.
Okay.
Seems great. So I did the tool that was Book Wizard, and it's from Scholastic. And on there, you can search for different lesson plans, there's discussions, you can search different books by the level they are, so every student reads at a different level. So there's a tool on there where you search books, and you can search by the level or the subject area you're looking for. And there's a spot that shows it features new books that now are really popular. And there's a section that's for videos that are introduces different books. You can sign up for a newsletter to get monthly newsletters. So for parents, they can get the newsletter sent, and they can even go on to the website and look for level books for their children. For teachers, they can look up their lesson plans, and they could also look up books. So in the classroom, if they need a book really quickly for a certain level that they may not have in the classroom, they go onto the website and look up a specific level on there. So that's pretty much it for that one.
Does it provide you lesson plans associated with a certain book on the Scholastic?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Wow.
can search by that, or you can search by the different levels of the books.
Does it give you the full book as an online version, or does it give you a sample or something?
Well, there's videos of the book, so it will tell you about the book, or you can go get it in from the library. You can get the different book, and they have the different books online as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Very interesting. All right. And then the second tool that I researched today was Zaptron, which is a really neat tool, I think, for if you wanted to flip your classroom. What it is you post tours, which is, they call them tours. It's basically a video interactive lesson. And actually, they have the first tour when you log on is an interactive tutorial on the website, and it's an amazing guide of how the website works. What you do is you create, as a teacher, a group, and then you can invite your students 3 ways. You can send them a link, you can type in their accounts individually, or you can post your code, and when they make their account, they can type their code in. And that's how they join your classroom. And then you could post you can post tours directly to your classroom group, and then you can see how the students' responses are throughout the video. It generates data and creates really convenient ways for you to analyze it and see it. So what the actual tours are is you can take a video either of yourself, one from online, they have a collection of videos also available to you that you can use, and then you edit it. So it's a really convenient tool. It's very user-friendly and easy to use, where you would play it, and then throughout it you can have little breaks where it asks for it. You can put a little extra information on the side, you can have vocabulary there, or you can ask for student response, which is really interesting, and they have a lot of ways to generate it. You can ask them open-ended questions, you can ask multiple choice questions, and another tool that I thought kids would love, it's like a scribble option. So you would type, circle your favorite thing here, or draw a response, connect the lines or something to this picture, and then hit submit, and then you would get their pictures that they draw on the screen for you, which is a really interesting way to gather data and student responses. And the cool thing also that they have about this, they have an entire database of people that have decided to share their tours online, which you would also have the ability to do. Because when you make your groups, you could share them directly to your specific group and only make it available to them, or you could share it with the community. And then those videos are all broken down by subject and are tagged very easily to find. And then you could save them for yourself and edit them in your own way and use them for your own classroom to find new and interesting videos. For example, there was one very interesting one I saw on a TED Talk, which really helped, I think, to find student comprehension of what they were watching. Throughout the video, this tour, it would stop and ask you, what do you think about this? What is the most interesting point about what you just said? Which is the most accurate? Or it would show a little picture of what she was talking about to help students understand and grasp what was being said in the video. And also, it makes it very easy if you wanted to embed this onto your own personal website. It's got a very convenient code that you can just copy. Overall, this is designed for teachers to use in their classrooms, and they make it very simple and easy to use.
I like how you said you can base it on comprehension, because when I was thinking about it, I'd always think younger grades. You could even maybe record yourself reading a book, and then students could watch it, and you could really have questions in there that gauged how they're comprehending the story. So, I know they always ask in my classroom, like, what's the big problem in this story? And so as the students are going through the story, you could ask them these questions. That way they can kind of look back on it, because sometimes once you read a whole story, students lose parts of it because they don't have that kind of attention span. So asking them throughout the story different comprehension questions, I think, could be very helpful.
Definitely. I think this is a great way. You could even do something similar to a guided reading while they're at home. If you have students that are sick a lot, or even if you wanted to, like I said before, flip your classroom, they could do this at home and be still completely guided through the entire video by your own questions and see their responses.
I like how many options there are for the student responses.
Mm-hmm. It's they really figured out the best ways that not everyone learns the same, not everyone teaches the same, and they really really honed in on that and tried to put in as many different options as they could.
On a side note, what is a TED Talk?
A TED Talk?
Yeah.
That's where professionals are invited, and they give lectures and that are short videos usually that are posted on YouTube and through the TED Talk website. There's TED Ed Talks, which are people that are education based, and they deliver speeches and information about a variety of topics. It's very interesting. I definitely recommend looking at a couple of them. One video that I was watching, the TED Talk that I had seen, was Every Child Needs a Champion, and this woman, her TED Talk, what she talked about was how, as an educator, what she felt was necessary, what made her a great teacher, and how we can be great teachers from copying her.
Which would be really good for your tool, too. Like you said, mentioning like clarity, because TED Talks can sometimes be older level.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to show them to younger kids, being able to cut in and be like, even if it's like big words that they don't understand, cut in and be like, here's the definition of this word. That way, they don't totally miss a point that someone's trying to make.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah.
All right. Well, good talk.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Post this to your YouTube and email us the link.
I will email you the link. All right.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.